circuit diagram. So the way we represent an electric circuit is known as a circuit diagram. So in a circuit diagram we use various symbols. For a battery, this is the symbol, a long line and a short line. The long line symbolizes the positive terminal, the short line symbolizes the negative terminal. A light bulb can be shown like this, or like how it is shown in the textbook. I'll show you another picture. A switch is shown like this, and these are the wires that are connecting the electric circuit. So an electric circuit comprises of a cell or a battery, a plug key, electrical components and connecting wires. It is easy to draw a schematic diagram in which different components of the circuit are represented using circuit symbols. Now, one very important thing that I want you to know, we always consider the direction of electric current coming out from the positive terminal and going into the negative terminal. That is the opposite direction of electron flow. In reality, electrons are coming out from the negative and going towards the positive. But we are considering the direction of current coming out of positive and coming into the negative. This is accepted due to the conventional flow of current. It is called the conventional flow of current. So we consider the flow of current happening from the positive terminal into the negative terminal, opposite to the direction of the electron flow. Now these are the different circuit symbols that you can see. This is there even in your textbook, so I'll just discuss it with you. An electric cell, the long side is the positive, the short side is the negative. There are two or more cells attached together. A battery, this is a key or a switch, off switch, open switch, otherwise a closed switch. This is a wire joint, a wire crossing without joining. This is an electric bulb. It can be drawn like this or like this. Most of the time we draw it like this. This is a resistor. Now what is a resistor? I will teach you in a while. This is a rheostat or a variable resistance. This is an ammeter and this is a voltmeter. So what is an ammeter? An ammeter is a device that helps us in measuring electric current. What is a voltmeter? It is a device that helps us to measure potential difference. So these are the various circuit symbols in the circuit diagram. Moving on to the next one, we look at Ohm's law. So Ohm's law explains us the relationship between voltage and current and resistance. So according to Ohm's law, at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its end. So more the current, more the potential difference. This is given by Ohm's law. V is directly proportional to I. V is equal to IR. This is given by Ohm's law. Please remember this statement, it's very important. I repeat, according to Ohm's law, at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its end. This is the diagram of Ohm's law. This is the graph. So we have voltage on the x-axis and current on the y-axis. So V by I, it is a straight line graph. So what is the relationship? According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. This formula can, if you transpose R that side, you can also write it as I is equal to V by R, or we can also write it as R is equal to V by I. So this is called the magic triangle. If so, V is equal to IR, I is equal to V divided by R, and R is equal to V divided by I. So if you remember it like this, you will be able to write all the three formula. What is resistance? So resistance is the obstruction or the hindrance. Hindrance matlab blockage, the obstruction to the flow of current. An electron traveling through the wires and loads of the external circuit encounters resistance. Resistance is the hindrance to the flow of charge. For an electron, the journey from terminal to the terminal is not a direct route. Rather, it is a zigzag path. that results from countless collisions with fixed atoms within the conducting material. The electrons encounter resistance, a hindrance to their movement. The SI unit of resistance is ohms. So what is resistance? It is the blockage to the flow of current. Now why do we need to block current? Tell me that. Think little. So we need to block current because if we have an overflow of current, our appliance into which the current is flowing, that appliance may get damaged. The tube light may get damaged, the microwave oven may get damaged, the refrigerator may get damaged. So if you need to see to it that correct amount of current is flowing and not too much amount is flowing. So resistance is a blockage to the flow of current. It is measured in the SI unit OHM, ohm, and this is the symbol, omega symbol, ohm, and this is the symbol. What are the factors affecting resistance? So resistance is affected by the length of the conductor, the area of cross section of the conductor, the nature of the material of the conductor, and the temperature of the conductor. Length, area of cross section, nature of material, and temperature of conductor. Let's look at this. This is a very interesting thing. So this is the formula of resistance. R is equal to rho L by A. Rho, this is a Greek alphabet. Spelling is R-H-O, rho. Rho stands for resistivity. Now what is resistivity? Resistivity means specific resistance. Specific resistance depends only on the nature of the material. So every material will have its own resistivity. Okay, own resistivity. So copper of a 1 centimeter wire or copper of 1 meter wire, both will have the same resistivity. An aluminium wire of 1 centimeter or 1 meter, irrespective of the length, irrespective of the thickness, aluminium has a fixed resistivity. So resistivity depends on the nature of the material. Length is directly proportional to resistance. So more the length, more the resistance, lesser the length, lesser the resistance. Area of cross sectional is inversely proportional. Inversely proportional means more the area, lesser the resistance, lesser the area, more the resistance. They are opposite to each other. Resistance and length of conductor are directly proportional to each other. So more length, more resistance, less length, less resistance. Less area, more resistance, more area, less resistance. Opposite. Cross sectional area is opposite of resistance. Then material, iron, more resistance, copper, less resistance. Temperature, more the temperature, more the resistance, lesser the temperature, lesser the resistance. So this is the 4 conditions on which resistance depends. It's a very interesting way to remember it, so you can pause and make note of this slide.